in top condition. Still haven't reached full maturity. If you look at that mane, it hasn't developed 100% yet. Probably put these guys around 4 years. Still got quite a bit of development to go, but little two male coalition. Do you know where these lions have come from, Alex?
Manyeleti
males.
So I heard anyone.
Okay, that means they're coming from the north. More than likely, typical scenario, the situation. Typical situation like this is these males are starting to reach sexual maturity, or starting to become adults now, and perhaps a dominant male out in the Manyeleti has chased these youngsters off now because they will become a threat to his dominance. Now these guys have to fend for themselves first of all, and secondly try to either establish a territory or take over a pride, oust a dominant male, and then they can take over a pride, that way establish a territory and reproduce, breed with females and continue their bloodline. It is just such a special moment to be able to, just kind of hits you every now and again, or almost all the time, but just I'm sure you all agree with me, Alex. I mean, just to be sitting out here in the middle of the African savannah in a vehicle and having two beautiful male lions 15 meters away, and just being able to share that with everyone else out over there, just from the comfort of your chairs and wherever you are out there in the world, to be able to sit with us and see this happening live right now. This is happening right now in DJUMA Game Reserve with WILDEARTH TV, and just to see this behavior and just spend this quality time with animals that are still living a 100% natural lifestyle. It really is just something special. I mean, look at that. Majestic animal, isn't it? Look at that colour on the face, and just this beautiful white white markings under the eyes. Really is in prime condition, this male. Well, there we go, down for the count again. There we go, you can see these guys there, just like we were talking about, in beautiful condition. Look at that. Now when we arrived here, they were both on their sides, quite relaxed, quite asleep. If you just look at their activity, you can see they're both sitting up, they're both looking around, yawning a bit, grooming themselves. This is for cats general activity before they actually start getting a little bit more mobile. So let's spend a little bit of time here with them and just see what they get up to. it'll be great to see them out on the move again. The temperature is slowly starting to drop now, and although it doesn't get too hot during the daytime out here this time of the year, it's still a good time for these animals to be most lethargic and take their rest. Nighttime is most certainly the best time for activity for these guys. And there's a lot of reasons for that. It'll be cooler, so they'll burn off less energy, obviously not as much heat. But I think the biggest thing is definitely a hunting strategy. If you look at the coloration of these animals, they're almost exactly the same color as the surrounding grass, that kind of tawny orange-brown color. So they'll blend in perfectly with the environment this time of the year. I think the most fascinating part, which is linked directly to their nocturnal behavior, is their vision, their eyesight. These animals have got superb nocturnal vision, some of the best of all your nocturnal predators. I'm sure people have heard, or if not, these animals see predominantly in black and white. And the reason we can establish that is if you look at the structure of the eye. Within the retina you have your different receptors, your cones and your rods, your color receptors and your light receptors. Now these animals, to be able to see well at night, they have a very, very high concentration of light receptors as opposed to color receptors, which means they won't absorb as much color like we do when we look around and see, but in exchange they'll actually pick up a lot more light than we would. On top of the fact that they've got a very high concentration of light receptors, they have a very special layer at the back of the eye called a tapetum layer. It's almost like a mirror. So as light particles enter the eye, get collected by the light receptors, any light particles that don't get collected and pass past those receptors, they actually bounce off that tapetum layer back towards the light receptors in the retina, and again will have the opportunity to be collected by those light receptors, and that way they absorb a very, very high concentration of the lights in the area that's provided from anything that's... There we go. Excellent. So they basically say that lions can see about 6 times better than we can at night. Oh, it looks like we got you. Now that is exquisite. Now that is an absolutely beautiful situation. And we parked here right below this termite mound with the 2 males. One's right on top having a bit of a look around. Chosen a good vantage point, but that's just beautiful, isn't that? To be able to be a little bit lower than the animal and get a different kind of perspective, different view on them. That's majestic, isn't it? There's that other one. Lion like this, sitting, not full adult, but almost there. We're sitting on top of a termite mound. But this is absolutely awesome. I mean, this is why we're out here, and I mean, there's so much happening out there, big and small, but it's these moments that we all really appreciate, and I'm sure you all out there are enjoying this opportunity to spend with these lions. I mean, just look at this guy coming down there. He really is a machine.